Thank you to the data miners and Rainanix for this information. Now we know that Wooper and Quagsire are ingredient specialists. And that's rather concerning if your plan were to go to Taupe Hollow next week, because without knowing the ingredient list, it's very hard to know whether it's worth hunting for Wooper. Welcome back to another Pokemon Sleep video, it's Bro Vinny here. Now, the only thing that's important to know is the ingredient list for Wooper, because even its skill, which is Charge Energy S, is really just there to help Wooper farm more stuff. So if its ingredient list is not what you need, or maybe something you've already got covered, so for example, I already have a Mono Corn, Beware, and a Mono Herb Dragonite, then it might be kind of pointless for me to specifically hunt for Wooper. So while at Taupe Hollow, I might have better odds of seeing Wooper because there's less other boosted spawns. If I don't actually want a Wooper, what am I doing at Taupe Hollow? My recommendation for those of you who ended up at Taupe Hollow and then after finding out the ingredient list realize it's not something that you want, well, you either spend an easy travel ticket to get out of Taupe Hollow for something else, maybe at Cyan Beach or Lakeside or Snowdrop Tundra, depending on what you're hunting for, or delay entering the new week until we find out the ingredient list. So some regions in the world will be able to encounter Wooper first, so that later regions in the world will be able to find out what ingredient list Wooper has, and then decide which area to go to. For example, if you live in America, then you'll have a good chance of finding out the ingredient list before having to decide where to go. For everyone else, maybe in Asia, you might need to set your time zone to delay entering the new week if you don't want to have to spend an easy travel ticket. Or if you just want to play it safe, just pick Cyan Beach because it's got a bit of everything anyway. Personally, if I find out Wooper is not very good, I will probably be going to Lakeside because I'm still hunting for Quaxly. I haven't invested Slowpoke yet, so I might have a chance to get a better one. I haven't got a crazy good Psyduck yet, so I'll be able to hunt these three Pokemon. For Piggy, we pretty much both agreed that Cyan Beach is for her because she can improve on her Totodile, or she can catch Quaxly, Wooper as well. Now, besides the ingredient list, we also need to know its ingredient rate. So let's have a look at Quagsire. It's actually quite slow compared to other Pokemon of the same specialty. For example, Blastoise here has 46 minutes as a base frequency. Quagsire is 56 minutes. So that doesn't always mean it's a bad thing as long as its ingredient rate is high, or maybe its ingredient list is very good. Now, these Slowpoke tails here are just placeholders. They don't actually mean Quagsire will be farming Slowpoke tails, although that would be very nice. Now, given that it's a new Pokemon with a slow speed, in my opinion, something's got to be good about it. It's either got a really good ingredient list or it's got a really good ingredient rate. Otherwise, it would be totally useless to be hunting for a Quagsire. So keep your eyes out for these two bits of information to be released. Now, before you head over to Taupe Hollow and expect to encounter a Wooper on day 1, be aware that the drowsy power requirement for a Wooper is fairly high. We're talking about 2 million drowsy power, and if you don't have that amount of drowsy power on your first or second session, you won't be able to encounter Wooper at all. So all you'll be seeing are just regular Taupe Hollow spawns. In other areas, it's the same, except that there's other boosted water types as well. So at Taupe Hollow, it may seem like the event hasn't even started on the first day. So try and get well above this number before you start your first session of the event. Now, if you ask me which ingredient I think Wooper will have, the approach I'd take is to see which ingredient we currently struggle most with. And so I'm hoping to see possibly Mono Mushroom on Wooper completely power creeping Gengar out of the picture. I don't think it will have eggs as its base ingredient because both Delibird and Abomasnow are considered more relatively new ingredient specialists compared to the OGs like Gengar anyway. We still have a Cacao problem because of Absol and Blastoise, so potentially a new Mono Cacao Pokemon. And I can possibly see Quagsire doing Tails as well, but maybe not as base Tails, maybe at level 60, given how slow its frequency is. Let me know what you guys think the ingredient list for Wooper will be, and whether you still think you might go to Taupe Hollow or not for this event. Thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.